Hey my loves, what's up and welcome back to the Trend Diaries. I'm Nidhi and in today's video we'll be learning how to ace that base and get that flawless looking skin. So if you want to know more, then please continue watching and do take a moment to hit that red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. If you found out this video helpful, there are more in the playlist section. So starting off, I've already done my skincare and post 15 minutes I'm continuing with the makeup part. For the primer, I'm using the Faces Canada Pore Minimizing Primer and I used it all over my face and I have to just massage it in. A good primer is gonna help your foundation stick well. So once I'm done with that, moving on to the foundation, I took one pump of the Color Bar 24-hour foundation. I really like this foundation. It gives a very natural looking finish, so that is the reason why I prefer this one. So firstly, I've just applied dots all over my face so that I do not waste a lot of product. If I directly use it from the butt of the sponge, it's gonna absorb a lot of product and would not translate on my skin. So just dot it all over your face and then bounce the beauty blender. Just stamp it. Do not scrub or drag your beauty blender on the skin, because that is not the way to blend. Just bounce it, dab dab dab, and your foundation would get blended easily. The second pump, I just layered it on my acne scar zone so that I get a better coverage over there, as this foundation does have medium buildable kind of coverage. So I just layered it onto the areas where I needed more coverage, like you can go around the periphery of your nose, around your mouth, and on the acne scar region wherever it is required. Then next, for my concealer, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and one thing you need to remember is less is more. Do not go overboard with any product. Always go building on according to your needs, but do not use all of the product in one go, because then it would be a task to blend. So start with less. You can gradually build if required at all. So once I've applied the concealer in the required zones, that is the T-zone, underneath my eyes and slightly underneath my cheekbone, I'm just gonna use the damp beauty blender again to blend the concealer out. So basically you can use 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin tone to highlight, but with the correct undertone. Here I'm using a nice yellow toned concealer, because again, yellow tones of concealer also help to brighten your skin tone, because yellow basically helps to brighten according to the color theory. And when you're blending your under eye concealer, look upwards towards the ceiling so that the skin underneath your eyes gets stretched, and in this way you can easily blend your concealer without it getting settled in the crease. So do that, and with whatever is left on the sponge, you can go on your lids. Okay, so you need not apply way too much on your lid, then again on the highlighting zones. It's not needed. Your sponge already has a lot of product, so just blend your under eye concealer, and then with the sponge, whatever is there, just go around your lid zone. You're sorted. That much is enough. So as you see, I'm going upwards towards my temple. So even though I applied a little amount, just in the innermost corner of my under eye and the outermost corner, but when I'm blending it in that inward triangular way, because in this way we will be adding light to the centers of the face. So basically makeup is all about playing with the lights and shadows and adding contrast where we require. Okay, so once you're done with that, just set your base immediately. I'm using the Milani All Set Go translucent powder, and while you're setting your powder, again you can look up so that the skin gets nice and stretched, and remember to press the powder into your skin, either if you're using a brush or a puff, either which ways, press the powder into your skin and do not swipe the powder across your face, because in this way the base would get lifted up because it's still wet, right? So you have to press the powder so that it gets set well in place. So just stamp the powder, as you can see what I'm doing over here. Just stamp it all over and your base would get set. So if you wish, you can also go in with a setting spray in this place, especially if you're an oily skin person, or if you're extremely dry and you're using some matte foundations, then just to hydrate your skin you can use a hydrating mist or a dewy setting spray, as this foundation wasn't like very matte, so I didn't use a setting spray at this point. I simply filled in my brows because brows make a statement, right? And after doing your brows, remember to clean the edges of your brows. And if you're a lazy person and you don't have time to clean the edges with the concealer, you can just go around your brows with the sponge because it already has some product. And yes, that's it. Just clean brows make a huge difference, guys. Just try filling your brows and clean them. You would understand what a huge difference cleaned and defined brows can make to your overall look. So anytime you're applying any product, always go and blend it. So once I'm done with that, for my bronzer, I'm using the Wet n Wild bronzer. And for the bronzer part, I am making that fish pout face so that I get a guideline for my cheekbone area. And as you can see, whenever we place that bronzer, that side of the face gets sunk in. That is basically what we want because we are adding shadows. On the other side, my face looks more fuller, right? So just stamp the product into the hollow of your cheekbone first, and then you can just flick the bronzer upwards towards your temple, and you can also round it around your cheeks if you like that kind of look, and always go around your hairline. As you can see over here, I like to take my hair back because I have a lot of baby hair. So always go around your hairline in a good way. Do not let any harsh lines be seen because that would not look good. And hit your jawline and underneath your double chin, because in this way you would add nice shadow and you would get a nice defined jawline. And with the same brush, I use the bronzer around the nose bridge and the tip of the nose so that I add nice shadow. And with whatever is left, I go around my lids and join it to the temple zone. In this way, the overall face gets a nice uplifted look when we join the nose contour along the eyelid contour, merging into the temples. Okay, so this just gives a nice uplift, so always do that. And then for my blush, I'm using a very neutralish everyday kind of nude blush shade from Rouge. This is from LA Colors. I absolutely love this. Again, for the blush, use very light hand, as this particular one is very pigmented, so use light hand. I'm holding the brush near the 3/4 length. I'm not holding the brush very close to the ferrule, that is the steel part of it. Always hold your brush slightly farther away. The more closer you hold your brush, the more is the pressure applied. So always hold your brush a little bit farther away. In this way, the pressure you apply is less. And if you apply more pressure, like if you're holding the brush very close to the ferrule, then the product will be deposited like a boom and it would not look good. It will look very blotchy and patchy. So don't do that. For my highlighter, I'm using the K Beauty Illuminating Highlighters and using a tapered highlighter brush. What I did is just hit my tops of the cheekbone with the highlighter. Now it's totally your call. If you do not like a very chunky, glittery kinda or shimmery kinda highlighters, then you can go for strobe creams beneath your foundation or even on top of your foundations. But usually the strobe creams just remove the foundation layer beneath it, so I would recommend going beneath the foundation. But elsewise, if you like these highlighters, you can even go like with a light hand. You need not be heavy handed and it would look just perfect. And once we've highlighted our skin to the heavens, I'm adding a nice nude color, and this is my ultimate favorite. My Trend Fam members know what the shade is, I need not even tell. By the way, I'll have all the product names and details listed in the description box. You can check that out. So yeah, that's basically the flawless base. I haven't applied mascara because I totally wanted to dedicate this video for the base makeup and how you can ace your base with the simple techniques. It's not always just the product, it's also the techniques and the tools and the application methods which is important. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then hit that red subscribe button. I'll meet you soon in my next video. Till then, take care, namaste, and keep trending.